As I walked around the wet show, and it was a pretty busy show for us, and as I watch social media and I watch all the stuff that's going on today, and there's quite a bit. Light cure is probably the hottest topic that's out there. And I don't think anyone would deny that in the lateral lining market.
What's up, everybody? It's Mike Kesdy, the managing editor of Trenchless Technology and Trenchless Technology Canada magazines. And I'm joined on today's Trenchless Technology Videocast by Jeff Urbanski, Senior Manager of Marketing and Training at HammerHead Trenchless Equipment. Jeff and I discuss some of the new and important trenchless technologies coming from HammerHead, as well as the company's online and in-person training efforts known as HammerHead University. With that, let's get on with the show.
Jeff, thanks for joining us today. Chat a little bit with the Trenchless Technology viewers about who HammerHead is and kind of your latest offerings. So HammerHead Trenchless is a fairly well-established name in the trenchless world, but there are still pockets of people who might be unfamiliar. Can you give us a brief overview of HammerHead Trenchless and your core offerings?
Absolutely, Mike. And really, just first off, thank you for having me with you guys at Benjamin Media and Trenchless Technology Magazine. I'm excited to be here and really share this. But HammerHead started in 1989. It was some three good buddies, two are Harley Davidson motorcycle engineers, and they came together and started a small company in a chicken coop in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. Kind of a cool little American story of three buddies that came together and made incredible business. And that's where it spawned into the trenchless world with the first HDD tool that we did, HammerHead Mole. And then from there, it's grown astronomically over the last several decades to where we're at today. Bursting and pipe, as well as the ramming of pipe was a big focus for quite a while. And now we've really spawned into the CIPP or cure in place pipe world, both on the main line and the lateral side. Specifically, what everyone hears today is a lot about our blue light product, and that's probably been something that's pretty big on the forefront of a lot of people's conversation pieces about HammerHead and who we are today.
That was a great overview, and you did touch on blue light there a little bit. But what's new and exciting coming out of, or I guess at your facility there in Wisconsin?
Yeah, we manufacture quite a few things right in our Wisconsin location. In Lake Mills is where we're at under one roof today. One of the newer things that we launched last year is called HydroSlitter. HydroSlitter was a product that came from Voice of the Customer, which is where all our products really are spawned and born, so to speak. And with the Flint water crisis that we had many years ago, we started coming up with ideas of how we can take lead water service lines and terminate them. You don't necessarily have to take the lead out of the ground, but we can go in there and we can use what we call sane path technology, slit the lead pipe and pull in a whole new service. So we had officially launched HydroSlitter last year at the ACE conference in San Antonio, and we just recently had that at the WET show and had very, very strong response with the product. And we're really excited about what that offers communities that do have lead still in the ground and how we can take it out of service and pull in a new water service to a home or a business. So that was one of the big ones we launched there. The other thing we had a lot of fun with was we have an updated and upgraded blue light system, some new features and benefits on the cabling side, and our controllers. 3 different light head options is something that's new for everybody, and being able to really utilize that in its small 3-inch elbows and bends, which is nice to be able to have those options at the command of different contractors. And finally, the thing we're really proud of, and something that we always talk about products. HammerHead also offers us services, and services like our HammerHead University have really grown that education piece that we take a lot of pride in. But in December, we launched our HHU Online. So our online learning platform just launched, and that platform really took over and has been a huge, huge new addition to everything that's going on in the trenchless world. People are signing up right and left to get online training. Why? Turnover. They have people that come and go in their businesses, and these small businesses to larger companies want to keep that education piece at a very high level and keep people continually learning new technologies, new trends, new tricks to the trades, because all the different trenchless tools in our trenchless tool belt need that education piece so that their teams can learn in a safe manner and also learn on the time at the timeline that they really feel necessary. A lot of times they're busy doing work during the day. The great time to learn is after hours, and they can go online anytime they want, free of charge, and get online learning experience. So we were really happy to offer that during the Christmas season and continue to offer that free of charge to the Trenchless community.
You mentioned that you're just coming off of the wet show and some of the great response that you received there. What are you hearing from the contractors, who are using your product or are interested in using your product?
For those that are using our product, the cool thing is they are really out there being ambassadors of HammerHead. And that's the great thing about our industry. People are ambassadors to those products that they really feel that connection to. And it goes for even people that don't use our products today. They're ambassadors to what they touch. But those that are learning or want to learn more about us, at the wet show, we did a tremendous amount of demonstrations, and those demonstrations just took over. And we had great responses, and we had a lot of people asking really good questions and wanting to learn more about what we offer that might be different than what they currently have in their, and as I said earlier, their trenchless tool belt. And sometimes there's the widget at a different manufacturer that might be a better fit for them. And at HammerHead, we take a lot of pride in being able to offer those. But the cool thing that really came out there is we brought a lot of our trainers right to the show. The people that are in the field with the contractors and plumbers that are teaching them on a job site or in their shop how to use that equipment, they were there doing just that. They were teaching at the show, whether they had bought our product before or not, and saying, this is what you can do on the job you have up and coming if you were using our system. So it was pretty exciting to be able to do that at the wet show. We always enjoy the wet show and what happens there as more of an education opportunity for us than anything else, and to showcase what's new at HammerHead and how we can create new partnerships all over this country.
Yeah, it's clear as you're giving these responses that you're passionate about training. And you mentioned HammerHead University. What else does HammerHead Trenchless do to help train trenchless professionals, whether it be in a virtual online setting or in an in-person face-to-face setting?
So there's three, it's like a triangle is the way we describe our education. The first thing that we like to get people educated is on the online platform now. Go on at your own time and get a baseline education of different trenchless tools, whether it's a point repair system, it's a lining system, it's a bursting system. So there's different methods to rehab and replace pipe. And to be able to do that, you've got to have a baseline education before you even get into the field. And then as you're getting ready to go in the field, we recommend that people spend time at HammerHead University. It's our indoor 5,000 square foot facility. We got a 2-story building inside. We've got a street with manholes, and we can basically give an experience that removes some key elements. We remove water, we remove sewer, we remove confined space, and all those safety elements that are there are not being worried about. We're focused on just product training and how to use the applications that we have put in place and allow them to learn the different tools of the trade and learn in a safe environment. So if you do make a mistake, because we learn more from failure than we do success, they can overcome those failures in a safe area before they're on a job site. Then the final piece is we go in the field with people. We're in the field with our installers, both new and old, and we'll do some work in their shop, get some updated stuff, whether we're doing maintenance on their equipment or whatever we're doing to remind and teach them how to take care of their equipment. Because if you take care of your tools, they take care of you. And then we'll go on the job site and we'll assess video. We'll go out there and we'll actively participate in what they're doing while they're making money, while they're solving a problem for a homeowner or a business owner or a municipality. And seeing that excitement and that success when we're doing that, those 3 different parts of that learning triangle really make a big difference, because everyone learns differently. Some learn through reading, some learn through listening, some learn through just doing. And we have to touch on all of those elements in that learning capsule so that people better understand how they can utilize these products both in their shop and in the field.
So, based on the various segments of the industry that HammerHead Trenchless covers, where are you seeing the most growth?
As I walked around the wet show, and it was a pretty busy show for us, and as I watch social media and I watch all the stuff that's going on today, and there's quite a bit. Light cure is probably the hottest topic that's out there. And I don't think anyone would deny that in the lateral lining market, whether it's ultraviolet light or if it's what we offer, which is different, which is blue light. Light cure technology, being able to get rid of the anxiety of lining. And the anxiety of lining, what I mean by that is when you mix two different resins together, they cause a reaction. They start to go from a liquid to a solid state. That causes anxiety. I've been doing this for almost 20 years now, and it is challenging. You're on the clock and you got to move quickly. With light cure, you don't have that same issue. As long as you keep it out of the light spectrum that's going to cause your resin to cure, you're fine. Once it's in the ground, you could lose power. You could lose air pressure. As long as there's not water running down there, you don't have to worry. Just get everything back up to where it needs to be, pressurize your liner again, and then you can go back into the curing process. That is very different. And there's different liners and different methods that are coming out. That's why we really take a lot of pride in blue light being the only system out there that it cures in the light spectrum of blue light. It is different than UV. Ultraviolet light is a different wavelength of light. And, people get confused and they say it's in the brand name and all that. Well, we are curing specifically with blue light. That's why we filter everything with glasses that we give our installers that filter blue light itself. So light cure is where I think the market's going. You'll probably see some new things in the future that will change the market. But right now it is a hot topic. And just from as we finished up the wet show, everyone was talking about light cure again. And it's great to see the industry embracing change. And I think there's more to come in that space, both short and long term.
You mentioned that the light curing is all the kind of buzz that you saw at the wet show, and you're seeing more of these systems come into the market. How long has HammerHead Trenchless had its piece of the market with blue light?
So back in 2018, I think was when we started, we saw it for the first time at Wet Show. And then that year had a partnership with Per Arsloff, who was the original founder of Blue Light. It was developed in a dentist chair while one of the Arsloff individuals was getting his tooth pulled. And he was thinking to himself, if you can cure a filling with light that fast, why can't I make pipe in the same capacity? And it spawned that long ago. And now there's over 3 million feet in the ground today, and it's growing in leaps and bounds. We're on our second generation of all this, and just launched really our third generation with the updates and features that we just enhanced our current system. And that's not going to stop. We're going to continue to develop and improve the blue light system as we get voice of the customer information about what they're looking for and how we can improve it to better suit their needs on a daily basis. But blue light technology, it's been around for quite some time. If you think about that, and it's growing every single year. I mean, the wet show was no exception. We had a tremendous amount of people coming into our booth and doing things with the technology and wanting to learn more. And I don't see it slowing down for both our sales team and our training team, but our manufacturing team is going to keep them on their toes coming up with all the things that happen at wet show.
Yeah, that's a great segue into kind of what does the future hold for HammerHead Trenchless and the trenchless industry overall.
HammerHead takes a lot of pride in trying to be stay on that front line of what's going on in the industry. What are the problems? What's happening? I mentioned the Flint water crisis and lead, and HammerHead was a part of that to come up with solutions. I think there's going to be more in this light spectrum that you're going to see coming out of HammerHead long term. As a publicly traded company, I can't tell you specifically what we're doing, but I can say that there isn't a single widget that we don't analyze each and every day, whether it's bursting, whether it's point repair, if it's lining, if it's cleaning, reinstatements. We're constantly looking for what's the next best tool that we can develop based on what we're learning in the field. Our trainers bring back information, our sales team, our engineering team constantly are looking at what is the next thing that needs to happen in order to take our market and continue to grow it. And we're passionate to be a part of this trenchless world, and I think there's a lot more to come long term for us. But today, you're going to see a lot more in both that rehab and replacement space from HammerHead in the next few years.
Well, that's great. It's wonderful that HammerHead has all this equipment. How can people get their hands on it?
It's not that difficult. We have an online shopping site that people can go to today, which is hammerheadshop.com. It's a great place. You can buy it anytime you want. You can go to our standard site, which is hhtrenchless.com, and that's where you can get education, other pieces of the puzzle, learn about the products, get a little bit more foundational education. And both those will give you direction, whether one, you just buy online yourself, or two, you can call into the shop or learn who your sales manager is. And that person can then help you find the products you're looking for and get you dialed into exactly what your business is needing, rather than just buying something without really digging into it. So we're always here to help and make sure people make the right decisions for their business.
Great. Well, that kind of wraps things up. I like closing these videos. Why don't you shout out your website and social media and kind of where people can get more information in this digital age?
So there's a lot of ways you can come across HammerHead. If you go to social media, you look up HammerHead Trenchless. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. We have a large, vast selection of videos on YouTube that you can see. And then the two websites we have are our shop site, which is hammerheadshop.com, which is where you can go shopping today for product, as well as hammerheadtrenchless.com, which is our main website that really gives you a lot of information about all the different things that we do at HammerHead.
Great. Well, thanks again, Jeff. Thanks everybody at HammerHead for your help in getting this together today. And thanks for everybody for watching. Take care.
Thanks, everybody. And thanks again, Mike, for having us on.
If you don't want to miss the next video from Trenchless Technology, make sure you like and subscribe to our page and hit that bell icon for notifications when the next video drops. Until next time, cheers, everybody.